Coffee smells 100x better than it tastes. I once read a quote from the founder of Blue Bottle Coffee, a top specialty coffee shop, where he said that his entire goal was to make coffee that tastes as good as it smells. Their coffee comes pretty damn close. 2. Blue Bottle has great cold brews. I cannot hot coffee with ice. Close bracket. One of many disappointments in life is when you order iced coffee and you see the worker pour hot drip coffee into a plastic cup full of ice. Because that's what iced coffee is. You need to order cold brew. If you ordered cold brew and they did that, then I would be disappointed. Not necessarily. The more common technique is to brew hot coffee at a higher concentration. Then allow it to cool, so it can be poured over ice at room temperature. Pouring 130-degree coffee over ice doesn't create iced coffee. It instantly melts all the ice and leaves you with a cup of lukewarm liquid. Soap and shampoo also smell way better than they taste. You must be drinking diet shampoo. I can personally vouch for blueberry lotion smelling better than it tastes. A friend and I had a bit of a fight with some blueberry scented lotion and some got in my mouth. It was not pleasant. Nothing like a good old-fashioned lotion fight with the boys. She definitely wasn't a boy. I wasn't super into coffee until I started drinking cold brew. There is very specific brands and flavors I like, as all coffee is not created equal. You do you. If you don't wanna drink coffee, but if you dabble around you might find one you enjoy. If you get the right gear, French press, burr mill grinder, good quality well roasted beans, then you don't need cold brew at all. I'm a certified coffee snob and drink French press coffee daily. Just find a good roaster who doesn't over roast their beans. Then it's just getting the ratios and temps down. So true. French press allows the coffee oil to remain in the brew, which creates a creamier, rich flavor. Cold brewer extracts the flavors without cooking the coffee lipids. When you heat coffee oil and then allow it to cool, this causes the lipids to turn bitter. If they are never heated to begin with, it won't bitter. And since coffee is mostly water, use filtered water. Unless you like drinking bitter dark liquid, yes. I like drinking beer too. And I remember when I thought it was just gross alcoholic liquid. I've applied that lesson to many aspects of my life. I don't like lettuce, but I need to eat more vegetables. I learned to like beer, so here goes. Now I eat salads. I don't like black coffee, but I need to trim the calories and I learned to like beer. So bottoms up. Now I can only drink it black, or very strong if it's flavored. Starbucks has to have like 3 extra espresso shots to be palatable. I don't like seltzer water, but I learned to like beer, and I need to cut down on my sugar intake so I can do this. Now I drink seltzer waters. I think there is actually a study made on this that concluded that you need to taste something new or something you don't like for a specific number of times in order to like it. But there have been plenty of times where I tasted something I never tasted before and instantly liked it. But can coffee lovers just admit they drink it for the poop regulation and caffeine energy boost? So basically you're asking coffee drinkers to admit what you want them to admit. As a coffee drinker, I love the taste, the caffeine kick and the everything in between. Agreed, the taste is bitter, but that's not the main component. It's that perfect combination of acidic and bitter that makes my espresso what it is. It's the nuance and difference between different blends and roasts and fineness of the grind. There's a massive variety with their own different quirks. The balance between acidity, the body, the aftertaste, and sometimes even fruitiness. The aroma is part of it, but you're doing it a huge disservice if you just view it as caffeine and smell or whatever. Exactly. I'm not a wine guy. They all taste kind of like dirt to me, and I'd rather have a beer or pretty much anything else. That said, just because I can't differentiate the differences or the nuances between wines doesn't mean they aren't there. Same applies to coffee. Coffee drinker here. Drink it black because I like the taste. I'm no fancy purist. I will drink most of anything as long as it isn't too diluted. Have no problem with most sold in regular stores and have never bought a fancy brand. In terms of the energy rush, it does absolutely nothing for me. I don't need my coffee to start my day. I just enjoy the taste and in fact have reduced my consumption to 1 cup every other day. I like these little tiny Ethiopian beans that have a wonderful nutty taste to them. But a good Kona is a completely different experience. The generic stuff like Folgers definitely sucks and requires sugar and cream. My tobacco shop sells good coffee. I've got this Costa Rican and Kenyan at work. By God, it's better than real deal Kona and Jamaican Blue for me. Don't get me wrong. They are amazing, but it's too light. Kenyan AA is my go-to. I think it tastes better than Kona and Jamaican Blue, and at 20% of the cost. Always drink it black. I'll take coffee and water all day long. I think a lot is finding a roast or flavor you like. I love bitter drinks and don't like sweet things. So coffee is my shtick. I also come from a coffee drinking family where it was a big social activity to chat and have a cup or 3 of coffee. So it's super nostalgic for me. That said, I love flavored coffees like hazelnut and light roasts because the fragrance and flavor is nice without adding sweetness. Husband likes dark roasts and I like a light roast. He likes stouts and I like IPAs. Similar shtick. I do get what you're saying though. The smell of coffee is amazing. Yeah, coffee tastes very wildly, and even the water you use affects the taste. Not to mention how you brew it. I've always liked coffee, but it took me quite a while to find my regular daily coffee. FWIW, it's a 2:1 mix of Rooter dark roast and Café du Monde brewed with a French press. Black. Don't gotta keep me cause I like what I like. You should try 1 part du Monde, 2 parts Strungui and dark. Awesome stuff. It's an acquired taste. Just compare how bitter your first and your last beer tasted. 18-year-old me hated IPAs and black coffee. 28-year-old me lives in IPAs and black coffee. A 20-something-year-old at college gave me my first IPA at 18. Never cared for the stuff before. He says, my guy, it's a triple IPA, so it's like 2.5 beers in one can. Regular IPA tasted almost sweet after that triple. And if you don't, you add milk or creamer, which just makes it slightly bitter, but still not good. I got to disagree with this a lot. Coffee with milk is a shit, especially with a breakfast. Heavy whipping cream is such a luxury, but OMG, you fucking animal. It's only for special occasions. 99% of the time I drink it black. I love coffee. I love the bitter taste. I don't like adding cream or sugar. Maybe sometimes a cinnamon stick for some spice. But hey, everyone's taste buds are different. I recently really got into cold brew. Lately I have been drinking nothing but coffee all day cause I can now drink it cold. Like I like all my non-morning beverages. Though the smell is better than the taste. The taste is pretty freaking amazing. The caffeine boost is nice though. And I don't give a crap about the bowel movements. Never paid attention to that. If you like cinnamon, try adding a couple dashes of cinnamon to your grounds and brew it with your coffee. It's been life changing for me. Coffee breath smells 100 worse than the coffee itself. Coffee poop is less smelly than beer poop. This is the worst thing I've ever read. Sorry. Coffee is the greatest drink on the planet. A day without coffee is like a day without sunshine. A good day, right? Fucking love days without sunshine. Yeah, F the sun. Totally agree. And I still drink 5 cups a day. Thank you for your honesty. The real trick is, if they want just the caffeine kick, a pack of 80 caffeine pills is $2. And each pill is equal to 1 cup of coffee. The caffeine in coffee just hits differently than anything else. Pills, soda, tea, etc. don't give me the same feeling. I can actually feel my entire body buzzing when I get a couple cups of coffee in me in the morning. I've tried getting the same thing with pills and it just gives me a stomachache. Soda and tea do absolutely nothing at all. You monster upvote. And for those who add sugar, it gets too sweet for there to be a real taste. Maybe try with a little less sugar. But what do I know? I like mine with a bit of cinnamon, or stirred with a cinnamon stick, a little sugar and a splash of whiskey on it. And yes, at the end it doesn't taste like coffee anymore. But for me, that is how I like my coffee, and still call it coffee. Sounds like you've been drinking the wrong coffee. That's what they tell me. Don't ever drink Keurig coffee. Worst coffee out there. Can't believe they can legally call it coffee. You haven't had a good, complex tasting cup of coffee, it sounds like. Bitterness is an important component of a well-rounded extraction, but in no way should overpower. Your taste might just be more to the light roast side of the spectrum than what you've had. Light roast changed my coffee life, as did pour over, as did barrel-aged cold brew. Good god, that stuff can be amazing. I guess I just like dark and bitter liquid lol. My friend calls it burnt bean water and that sums up why I stay away from it. Smells great though.